Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to episode number 77 of the Project 2020 show. It is Sunday and we know very little because it appears Topps is on vacation, but let's talk about what we know up to this point about week number 22. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, otherwise known as @CRT_Sportscards on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to visit the best website for all of your Project 2020 news and notes, it is my website, CRTSportscards.com. But hey, I didn't get the memo. Hopefully you got the memo. But apparently Topps is on vacation, and it's a little bit, not outrageous, it's a little bit frustrating because as of this moment, we don't have the Thursday print runs, we don't have the Friday print runs, and there's no chance that we get the Sunday print runs today. So we are now going to be going into week number 23 completely blind. And I think it's a concern because we just don't know where the market is right now for the set. The print runs to me are very critical from the perspective of it tells us where the collector base is at the moment with this set. You know, if all of a sudden, you know, the Jackie Robinson grotesque prints at, 1,500, what does that say for the set overall? But here's what we do know for the week at the moment. Now, if you went back to our midweek update, we did talk about the first 6 cards and the first 2 print runs, but in the middle, they did release the other 2 print runs for the Tuesday cards. So the Mike Trout, Joshua Vides comes in at 8,501. That is now the second lowest Mike Trout printed card in the set. And to me, it's one of the best works by Joshua Vides, but it speaks here to where the collector base is at the moment with this set. And then on the Don Mattingly by Natural, I was very happy that this card came in over 3,000. I was a little worried based on the pre-orders that it would come in under 3,000, but you guys know my fanboy opinion on Natural. I was very, very happy this came in at 3.2, almost 3.3 thousand, and that's a very strong number in the moment when it comes to Project 2020. So I think a very good day overall. You're talking almost 12,000 cards printed in one day or sold. So that's very, very nice, and it's great to see Natural having a good card. And still Mike Trout, 8,501 is a ton of cards right now. We used to think that 15,000 wasn't a lot. 8,000 is a ton of cards, and so overall, very, very successful day. But now let's talk about the Thursday and Friday cards, and let's pick some favorites, and let's see where I think they're going to land on the print run scale. And before we get to those cards, I did want to let you guys know that I did sit down and talk with Blake Jamieson on Saturday morning, and we had a wide-ranging interview around his first 10 cards. I got his thoughts on the project overall, what he does from a thought process to his work. He also talks about ways that you can get his autograph for free. He also does break some news around a new dual autograph coming out on one of his cards, so that was really, really cool to have that. And then again, I gave him my top 10 ranking of his cards from start to finish of Project 2020 right now. So check it out. It's on my channel right now. I'll have it linked in the description below and also right here on the screen. But it was a really great interview, 1 hour. It was 99% unedited. There was just one small part I had to cut out. But for the most part, it was a great interview. And then also that day, I did sit down as the interviewee with Because I'm Carlos, and we talked about Project 2020 as a whole. So check it out. It was a really cool Saturday because for 1 hour, I was the interviewer, and then for the next hour, I was the interviewee. So on Thursday in Project 2020, card number 211 is this Ken Griffey Jr. by Blake Jamieson, and then card number 212 is George Brett by Don C. And again, in the interview with Blake Jamieson, we had a good discussion around this Griffey. There were a couple of things I liked about the card. Number one, the necklace on Griffey. It's the first artist of the set so far to take that necklace from the 89 upper deck and make it front and center in the card. It does get lost with the backwards hat and the pink background, but to me, that is the best feature of the card. And then on the Don C. George Brett, this actually is my favorite card of the day, only because it makes you think, and you really had to really think about what this card meant and really do some digging. And it means Don C is putting in a ton of work into these cards. This was a Lord reference, and this is what I put on Facebook in the Facebook group right after the card came out. And people were saying, no, it can't be Lord. It's got to be something else. It's got to be about the Royals or something. But no, this is Don C digging deep on a card and putting it out. So when you think of Don C's print run so far, or cards up to date, they have very, very deep references. And so it's just another fantastic card by Don C because there's so much thought put into the cards. And now typically by this time on Sunday, we know what the print run is for these cards, but as of right now, we do not know what they are. The Don C, after 48 hours, had just 31 pre-orders, and the Griffey by Blake Jamieson had 56. The biggest question mark on always Blake Jamieson's cards is how many is he going to purchase for autographs? I did not ask that in the question. It's not really public information or any reason for me to ask that. But on the print run projections for these cards, on the Griffey, I'm going with 3.3 to 4.3. I think if this card gets over 4,000, that's a very healthy number, and I would not be surprised to see it over 4,000. And then on the Don C, looking at other recent releases, other recent pre-order totals after 48 hours, the original range I went with was 2.8 to 3.4. I don't think these cards overlap. I don't think Griffey gets that low or Don C. Brett gets that high, but I really could see this card right around the 3.2 range, 3.1. But we'll have to wait till Monday morning to find out what this card is. It's unfortunate that Topps went on vacation and has not provided us with an update as of this moment. And then looking at the Friday cards, card number 213 was this Frank Thomas by King Saladin, and then number 214 was Fucci with his Nolan Ryan. I will say on the King Saladin, I was a little surprised to see this card when it came out based on his prototype that he shared or his progress with that card overall. I thought we'd have a different looking Frank Thomas finally, away from the pose that he has in his regular card. So I was just a bit surprised when it came out. I do like the black border on the card. I think it speaks well and it works well with the card overall. But my favorite card of the day is going to be the Nolan Ryan Fucci for a couple of different reasons. And I am 100% certain now Fucci is just trolling us in this set. We were talking about faces, we were talking about his color, and then he trolled us with the Don Mattingly, where he's like, why'd you put it out? And he's like, I just wanted to. And now people are like, we want a face. He gave us a face and he put an ink blot on top of it or a paint blot on top of the face of Nolan Ryan with like one eye. So I fully believe he's trolling us, and that is what is so fantastic about this set. And I just think it's a really cool card overall. It looks neat. And I think it also plays into the fact that I was looking for a different Thomas from King Saladin here, and then what we got was kind of a regular Frank Thomas. So I do really appreciate Fucci sort of having fun with us at a time with this card and putting it out. So for me on Friday, it is going to be the Nolan Ryan. Hopefully you're liking the video so far, and if you are, hit that subscribe button, because that is the way that you can stay informed the best when it comes to Project 2020. I deliver you a video 2 times a week, and we're also going through every artist right now, their first 10 cards, ranking them 10 to 1 in Project 2020. So hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on this set as we go through the back half of the year. And then when you look at their pre-order totals after 48 hours, Frank Thomas, very low, just 24 pre-orders, and Nolan Ryan is 30. I am keeping both of these cards in the same range, 2.8 to 3.4. I could see both of these cards coming in under 3,000. The cards on Friday right now are getting lost in the shuffle a lot of times, and so I would not be surprised to see these cards very low. I don't think they get as low as 2.6 or 2.7, but I just don't see how they get over 3.2, 3.3. But that's in my range, but I really feel they're going to be lower on the scale, and it's going to be a very low printed week overall outside of the Griffey and the Mike Trout. But now when you look at the week as a whole, week 22 is now concluded. We have all 10 cards. What were my 5 favorites, and then what was my card of the week? On Monday, my card of the day was the Ricky Henderson by Gregory Siff. On Tuesday, it was the Mike Trout by Joshua Vides. On Wednesday, it was the Jackie Robinson by Grotesque. On Thursday, it was the George Brett by Don C. And then Friday, it was that Nolan Ryan by Fucci. But when you take all 5 A cards together, what was my favorite? It is the Jackie Robinson by Grotesque, because this is another moment card in the set, and it ranks right up there with the F. Masked Dwight Gooden. So it's a fantastic card. I can't wait to get it in, and it's a card that we can look back on in 5, 10, 15 years and know why it was printed and when it was printed, and that is what makes this set so special when we look back in 10 to 15 years on this set. I am curious though, what were your favorite cards of the week, and what was your favorite card overall of the 10 that released in week number 22? Leave a comment below, and let's get that conversation started around these recent 10 cards in Project 2020. Now, when you look at the market overall in Project 2020, I want you to go to the website, crtsportscards.com, go to my Project 2020 page. All the data will be there, but it continues to be a very, very difficult month in August. use that data to make the right purchase. There are so many first player cards right now that are at its lowest volume or lowest value over the past 11 weeks of tracking. There are some incredible deals out there if you think of the set from the long-term perspective. I don't know how much farther it's going to go down. And even on second player and the Forgotten Seven, there are some incredible deals out there right now. But look at the data, look at the charts, and look at what's available. The supply, though, is drying up a little bit. So I really think if you're looking to make that deal, I don't know if we're going to see another 10 to 15% drop in these prices. But as you look at what's available online through auction or buy it now listings, take a look at the overall landscape as a whole. You know, if these cards start drying up, there could be potential for a rebound here quickly as we get into September. But just be mindful, look at that data. I update it every morning. It's up by 6 a.m., 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Take a look at it, and hopefully it helps you make a decision going forward. But I'm going to reference you to go to the website because there's so much more data there than I can cover in this show. Hopefully you liked the vacation weekend special video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And at the same time, if you want to hear more news and notes from me around Project 2020, check out that playlist on the screen right now.